Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. If you are joining me for the first time ever today, my name is Buhle Rwayi. Thank you so much for joining me. Please do hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so that you are notified every time I drop a video. If you are a returning beaut, a day one, thank you so much for your constant love and support. I promise you, it does not go unnoticed. So as you beauts can see by the title of my video today, we're going to be doing a fluffy/glam brow tutorial. I've gone through quite a few techniques this year, these past few months, so I have managed to settle on one that I'm absolutely loving, that I'm loving more than any of the brow techniques that I've done in the past. I've seen how Kantara does her brows. Oh my gosh, her fluffy brow technique is the best that I've ever seen ever. So obviously I was like, you know what, I have to try this on myself and see how it looks on myself. And I've absolutely loved it. I've kind of adapted it for myself as well. So it's not exactly a fluffy brow that I'm going to be doing. It's more of a mixture of fluffy and glam brow. I will put her Instagram in the description box down below so that you guys can check out her post, check out her Instagram. She has such amazing content, guys. You guys will definitely not regret it. I'm going to bring you beauts in a bit closer so you guys can really see what exactly I'm doing. You're going to be all up in my face, so please don't judge. My skin's been going through a lot this past week. My eczema was like, girl, we ain't gonna rest. So without further ado, beauties, let's get into this tutorial and let me show you guys how I do my brows. Okay, so now that I have my face all up in the screen, I'm going to show you guys how I prep my brows before I put any eyebrow gel on them. This is the soap that I use to prep my brows, pure soap. It's kind of empty right now because I've got like this little geboinkie left. But what I do is I spray a little bit of setting spray on the actual soap itself. So, you know, just to kind of get it a little bit wet. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to rub my spoolie brush in there just to pick up a bit of the actual soap itself. Then I'm going to brush it into my brow, and I'm going to brush my brow up, right? Oh, hair's getting in the way. And what this basically does is that it helps to keep your brow in place, in position. What also this brushing up motion does is that it creates more surface area for you to work with. So if you're someone who has thin brows and you want to go for like a fluffy, thick brow look, this is a technique that you can use to make your brows appear like they're fuller, right? And what I love about this is that when you are adding now the eyebrow gel to your brows, you really don't have to use a lot. And it's so easy to kind of like mimic how your brow hairs are positioned. So once that is done, I go in with my angled brush, right? And then I also go in with my eyebrow gel. Why is it not focusing? Okay, there. It's from Second Love, and I get it from Dischem. It's about like 50, 60 rand. So what I'm gonna do now is that I'm gonna go into basically the last half of my brow, and I'm going to be brushing upwards, right? And I'm just gonna be filling that in while mimicking the way that my brows are positioned. So I'm going to be like brushing upwards. I think I added a bit too much. And as you can see, I'm not starting in the front half of my brow. I'm literally targeting the tail and the last half of my brow because that's where I have the least amount of hair, and that's where I want to add a lot more volume. I'm not going to be doing much in this area of my brow because there I'm pretty satisfied with what I see. So I want to try and keep a nice texture to my brows. So that's basically why I am brushing upwards. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back in with my spoolie just to get rid of excess eyebrow gel because I don't want to see those, you know, like chunky bits of it. And it just also helps to reinforce this like eyebrow hair effect that I've tried to create here. So I think I'm pretty happy with what I see now. So basically I just do the same on the other brow. I have filled in this brow and I'm just getting rid of excess eyebrow gel again here, and just making sure that my brows are positioned the way that I want them to be positioned, filling in any blank spaces that I might see as I go. And I pay a lot of attention to this process because it's very easy to do your brows, and they're not always going to be perfect, but I like to ensure that I do my brows really well so that by the time I have to conceal, it's not a lot of work, right? Because concealer really does, it saves the brow. If you've done a bit of a bad job with your brow, you can definitely save it with your concealer when you're concealing. But you know, isn't just about a perfectionist. Yo guys, I almost got a heart attack because I thought this thing wasn't filming. Yo, imagine. Okay, so we're ready to conceal now. Alrighty, so to conceal, I go in with this flat brush. Why is it not focusing? Okay, there. You know, it's just a flat brush, and then I go in with this concealer. Oh my gosh, do I love this concealer? Wow. Maybelline is doing the most with this concealer. Okay, so basically this process, it just requires a little bit of precision, a little bit of patience, yeah, and the more practice you get, the better you get at it. So the first place I'm going to be attacking, right, is this arch, right? So I'm going to start just underneath my arch, and I'm going to try my best to really clean it up underneath there, because I really want that arch to be perfected. And then as well as the tail of my brow, I really want a nice sharp tail, right? And then what I do is then I work towards the front. So like I said, this just needs a little bit of patience, a bit of a steady hand, and just patience, man. Just patience. Be patient with the process. I am a bit of a perfectionist, so I do tend to take my time when it comes to this because I do not want anything out of place. And then also I try not to use a lot of concealer when I'm doing this because I want it to look something like airbrushed. Then in that way, when I'm blending out the concealer, it's not too much of a job. So there. Okay, then obviously you do the same on the other side. Oh wait, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to blend that out. This basically just takes away that excess concealer. I don't want a lot of concealer on here. I just want it to look as natural as it possibly can, because obviously once you start using a lot more concealer, I don't know, for me it then just kind of like falls into the glam category. So like, I don't know, maybe it's just my opinion, but I feel like a fluffy brow is more that natural looking brow that kind of just looks like your own and kind of just looks like a nice bushy brow. But yeah, this is what I do. Okay, I do need a little bit more concealer here. Oh, my skin is so patchy. So now the concealer sits weirdly on my skin. It doesn't sit like it should on my skin. And the top of case I eczema. And the top of yes. But also, can we talk about this tail though? Can we talk about this tail? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean the top. So I take my brush that I was concealing with. I don't add any extra concealer, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to lay a little bit of concealer on the outer area of my brow, right? And what this does is just kind of like, it emphasizes the shape of the brow, but without making it look like you've like stuck your brow on your face, right? So this is probably the only reason why I would say this brow falls into the glam category a little bit. It's because I clean up the top. Obviously with a fluffy brow, you wouldn't really do this at the top because you would have a lot more wildness going on at the top. Personally, I think this brow really suits my face. So this is how I do it. So this is how they look, beauties. I've concealed the bottom. I've lightly concealed the top. I wouldn't even call it concealing because I didn't even add any more concealer to my brush. I literally used the concealer that was left on my brush. So like I showed you guys, the area that I attacked the most, it sounds weird when I say attack, but the area that I went for the most and that I paid a lot of attention to is the arch of my brow, because I really like a nice arched brow, as well as a brow that has a nice beautiful tail, a nice beautiful sharp tail at that. And then concealing the top really helps to make sure that that brow is precise and looking very nice. So this is your fluffy / glam brow. It's got that fluffy effect, but it is also very glamorous. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get out of you guys' faces and I'm going to finish up my face, put a full face of makeup on so that you guys can see what these brows look like when I'm all glammed up. I will be right back. I love this brow. Alright beauties, so this is the complete look. I mean, hello. So this is how we finesse. This is how we make sure that the brow comes to play. So basically, I really feel like this kind of brow is a versatile hand. It's a versatile hand because you can have this brow with any type of look. You know, this is the kind of brow that you can carry out throughout the day. You can have this brow for a nice afternoon look, a beautiful evening look. It really just is a versatile hand. So I'm happy. I'm really happy. I'm so satisfied with how it turned out. I'm definitely having a good brow day today. My brows might just be twins, you know. Beauties, I hope that this was informative. I hope that it was easy to follow. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so that you are notified every time I drop a video. Please do like, comment, and share. Leave any questions you have in the comment section and I will happily answer them. And please share this video with your friends and family so they too can know how to create a beautiful brow, honey. You gotta share this love. Okay, if you are a city girl, this brow is for you. This tutorial was meant for you. So make sure you share it with your hands so that you don't get nisleye. So yes beauties, thank you so much for joining me. Love and light.